Why, hello there, lovely humans. Color me curious. Okay, David Mitchell's hilarious rant on the Flat Earth Society on the Graham Norton Show, but this is the first video. I don't know if it's a new feature or what the hell, but this is the first video on YouTube I've ever seen that under the video. Oh, well, I always leave the link of the original video in the description because I don't know. I've never seen this before, so I don't know how it works. But under this particular video, there is a, like, not even a link. There is a segment of Wikipedia on the Flat Earth Society, like, with just, you know, talking about the Flat Earth Society and if it's been disproven or whatever. Just, you know, you got to read it, but I personally didn't. But you know what I mean? It's the video, the Wikipedia thing, like the entry, I guess, then the title, and then the description. I've never seen that before, and I think it's hilarious that the first time I see it is on this particular topic. Anyway, love David Mitchell. His rants are iconic. He's always ranting about something or other. Graham Norton, he's fun. Like, I figured why not, right? But weird. The Wikipedia thing threw me off, dude, because what? Anyway, I guess that's a thing now. But anyway, I'm going to stop saying stuff and just hit play.
Your Observer columns over kind of the last 5 years,
yes,
about? Yeah. And the columns kind of cover, you know, things that are going on in the news and in our culture and in our society. And it's one of the things you pick up on in our culture. Columns kind of cover.
Talk about things I've never seen, but I actually really like that. Because I always thought it was weird that, you know, men have either flowers or fake flowers or something bushy in their pocket, like in their chest pocket, and I always thought that was weird. But having a flower painted on the jacket is actually a really cool option, especially if it's well done like that one is. I like it. I don't know. Okay, sorry.
You know, things that are going on in the news and in our culture and in our society. And it's one of the things you pick up on is what's happened to facts, that facts aren't what they once were.
Facts aren't facts anymore.
I thought you were talking about the defunct way of sending messages.
No.
What happened to that? Well, I'll tell you what's happened to that, the internet. It's the least of its victims. Yes, well, that's the thing. The internet has happened to both forms of fact, both faxes and facts. The internet has seen to.
Yes.
Because now, essentially, you can't tell truth from lies. They both look perfectly nicely typeset.
I don't know how old this is, but I imagine this is years ago, because that only got so much worse. So much worse.
Both on websites. Loads of people endlessly saying how mainstream media is all lies. But it's not all lies, is it? I mean, in fact, there's a lot more recourse if there is a specific lie in mainstream media than there is on a random website that someone's just put up there. But people are going around saying, no, mainstream media is all lies. And that is bullshit. And the fact that people think that is extremely worrying. But it's one of the other terrible effects of the internet, that the truth, you know, it is out there, but it may never again be discerned.
But also, would you seem to be going backwards? Like, you talk in the book about how we now have to listen to people saying the Earth is flat.
Yeah, yes, that's one of the pieces in there is about the new Flat Earth International Conference.
That word makes it so much worse than new.
Yes, that's one of the pieces in there is about the new Flat Earth International Conference. It isn't a conference from the 14th century. This is a conference that started, I think, in 2017. And it is a growing thing, and that's because people are so contrarian, people are so willing to believe unsubstantiated things that have websites, that they are now going back on the conclusion we have all rightly drawn about the shape of the planet we live on. And that people are sort of going, and by people I mean idiots.
There you go. I was waiting for some kind of
questioning person. So why am I going to go along with this idea that the world is round? Well, I'll tell you why. Because people went up in a rocket, looked out of the window, and took a bloody photo.
Touche, sir. Hey, what book are they talking about? Because I would totally read a David Mitchell book. I got to look up his books. Oh, I feel like you can just, you know, I feel like his anger just leaps off the page in anything he's ever written. If it's about like these kind of topics, I feel like you can just, you know, feel the anger he was brooding with when he wrote it. Interesting. There's several George Carlin books, and that's one of those typical guys that got, you know, grumpier as he got older. Like, it happens. Just grouchier and more negative. And it came through in his comedy. And his last book was so grumpy and grouchy. It was just like reading my grandpa complaining about things. And it wasn't exactly funny anymore, because when you go overboard with the grouchy, you kind of lose the funny. So it's an interesting balance that you need to maintain. But I feel like David Mitchell probably could have maintained it. I don't know. I'm curious. Anyway, that was that, and now it's over, so I'm gone.